Hey everybody, it's Tom Chenault. I hope you're having a great day. I just got off the phone with a couple of people and I told a story. And as a result of that, they said, man, you should record that and tell it. So I thought I would record it and tell it. So if you've heard this before, I hope you don't get too bored by it, but here we go. You know, I got sober on the 28th of September of 1988, 27 years ago. And as a result of that, I just don't drink anymore. I go to AA every day. Part of my routine every morning is I walk to my meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous, which takes an hour. And if you've ever known anybody that was trying to get sober, a drunk, you know that it's a pretty slippery slope. So what happens in that is people have a tendency to have every reason in the world not to stop drinking. So they can be losing their house, they can be losing their car, they can be losing their relationship, their marriage, their children. And like me, they're still going to choose alcohol over all that circumstance. And they're going to blame us for pointing that out. They're going to blame everything but the alcohol. They're going to minimize whatever it is. So they're going to say, well, I don't drink wine, so therefore I'm not an alcoholic, or I don't drink whiskey, or I just smoke pot, or I just do drugs, but I'm not that bad. Because what we have a tendency to do is, hello, Henry, is minimize what we do in order to maximize our excuses. So anyway, all of a sudden you've told somebody a million times that they need to quit drinking, that they're screwing their life up, and they won't do it. So finally some goofball like me says, man, you need to go to an AA meeting. So we go to an AA meeting together, and it lasts like 12 hours. And my friend is just sitting there during this 12-hour meeting ready to blow his brains out. And the next thing you do, he looks at his watch, and only 10 minutes has gone by, and he's just ready to shoot himself. So finally, after an hour, the guy is like, oh my God, that was horrific. That was the longest meeting, because you're so uncomfortable in your own skin that time just goes so slowly. So after the meeting's over, the guy looks at you and says, what do I do now? And you say, well, you got to come back tomorrow. And the guy goes, what? That's all? And you don't drink between meetings. Well, I don't have time to come back tomorrow. I can't do that. So we go, okay, well, go ahead and go get drunk. So they go get drunk and they crawl back in and they say, okay, I'll come to a meeting every day. How many do I have to do in a row? And you say 90 meetings in 90 days, and they swallow their cigar again and they go, okay, I'll try it. So they start showing up for 90 meetings in 90 days. And then you say, well, now you have to read this book. And this book is called the AA book. And this is a special cover for me that somebody made for me that I've had forever. But it's the first 164 pages is the textbook on how to stay sober. And then the back of the book is stories of people who have stayed sober. So it's just exactly cool. So they start reading this book like halfway, and they come back and say, well, I've read the book. And we go, that's not good enough. Now you have to go with a sponsor. And they go, what's a sponsor? And you go, this person that you read the book with. Well, I'm not going to read the book with a sponsor. Well, go get drunk. So we go out, we get drunk again. We crawl back in the door. We'll say, we'll do 90 meetings in 90 days, and we'll work with the sponsor, and we'll read the book. So then they say, what do I have to do? And you say, you have to do these 12 steps in perfect order with your sponsor. And you go, oh, I'm not going to do that. So you start doing these steps, and you start going through the steps, and it's hard because you really have to look at your life, and you have to really get good at reevaluating yourself and reinventing yourself as a sober person. And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to quit as soon as the pain's gone. So they go get drunk. They crawl back in the door. They say, okay, here's the deal. I'll go to 90 meetings in 90 days. I'll read the book. I'll do the sponsor. I'll go through the 12 steps with my sponsor, and great. So you do that, and at the end of that, what happens? They say, okay, I graduated. What happens now? And it's really simple. The way that you stay sober is exactly what I've been doing for 27 years, and that's then you go out and help other people do exactly the same thing. Just exactly like you did when you were in network marketing. So you have to tell me right now what the difference between multi-level marketing and Alcoholics Anonymous is. Because how many people have their house is getting foreclosed on, they have no money, their life is chaos, nothing's working, and what happens to them? They're going, I'm not doing multi-level marketing. They will not do it no matter what until it's their idea. And all of a sudden, when it's their idea, they will find you. So what happens then? They find you and they join and they get their pack, and you say, don't talk to anybody, work with me. You know, they immediately go out and throw up on people, which is exactly like going out and getting drunk again. And they come back and go, that didn't work. Multi-level marketing doesn't work. And you say, no, it's because you did it your way. You have to follow, you have to read these books. And here's all my books. I wasn't ready for this, so sorry, but I'm right here at my desk. And here's all my books, GoPro. Here's another one called Edgy Conversations. This one's called Not Taught. This one's called Raising a Giant. This one's called Feeding a Giant. This one's called The 24 Greatest Networkers in the World. And I just tell them they have to read these books with me. They're textbooks, and you have to read them like textbooks. Oh, I don't have time to read all those books. Look how hard all those books are to read. I'll never read all those books. Okay, well, go out and do it your own way. And then they go out because they don't want to read all the books, and they throw up all over their friends, and they blow the thing to smithereens. They won't learn the coffee shop interview. And all of a sudden, they come around, they come crawling back in my door and say, Tom, I'm going to do it your way, and I'm going to stay in the lane, and I'm going to say thank you because it was no fun out there. It was no fun out there, man. No, you know, you're getting shot with arrows because you don't know what you're doing. Your friends now hate you. You're giving multi-level marketing a bad name, and it's just exactly like the crazy Alcoholics Anonymous deal again. You totally gave us a bloody nose on something that works if you'll just stay in the lane. And what's so funny is people won't do it. So then you get trained, you read all these doggone books, and you know, and you don't have to read all of these. If you just read GoPro, Raising a Giant, Feeding a Giant to get started, you're going to get the hang of this. Then I'm going to tell you to read The Power of Who, because it's unbelievable. And I just got this new book, and now I'm lifting up my book stand here, so sorry, because I can't believe this book. I just got this book, and I'm going to have it replace Mr. Schmooze, because I think it's so much better. And it's called Giftology, and it's about giving people gifts, you know, your leaders gifts, and how to really, really have them tucked in. And so I am a student of the business. Because the more I'm a student of the business, the better I can teach you. But what's so crazy about that, it is also the way to raise the bar and get better and bigger and make more money and be more successful and help more people. So I'm begging you guys, Jessica, I'm so sorry I didn't come to your house that day. All you people, I love you. I love you, and I want to help you so much. And the correlation between this and AA, I think that's God, you know, because here's what I think God said. Tom, if you'll just help alcoholics, if you'll just help drug addicts, if you'll just help kids, I'll figure out a way to help you make a living. And he realized I was so dumb that I was only going to be able to figure out one good thing well, which was the program of Alcoholics Anonymous. So he was so kind that he basically let me parallel that with network marketing, do it exactly the same way, where I cared about other people more than I cared about myself, but I also had to get it so I could give it away. Because nothing's worse than a false prophet. So if I were drinking whiskey and trying to tell you to stay sober, there's no way that you'd be able to listen to me powerfully. And if I don't know what I'm doing and I'm trying to tell you to go do it, I'm telling you to go to the conventions and things like that, and I'm not doing it myself, it's the same thing. So the correlations are there, and it's amazing. And somebody, you know, a lot of you people are throwing spiritual stuff up here. I am telling you, God is the king of the whole deal. So I have never, ever, ever will I tell you anything else. I love God. I love my life. I love you. I love my doctorate that I have in drunk, and I love the profession of network marketing. And it's just a gift from that God that all these things are tied together in one magnificent way, which gives me the life that I've got. So with that said, I hope this was fun. I hope it was interesting. I hope it worked out. And everybody, Gary Brooks, Pamela Schwartz, everybody else that came across this stream that I can't see now, I just want to tell you thank you for being you. Sean Brown, you're a rock star. You're funnier and better looking than me. It is the best. So you guys, thank you. I'm going to Russia. So I just time-stamped this video, by the way. But I'm going to Russia to help Longevity open that up. That's pretty cool. So I'll be gone for a month starting Monday. My hair is on fire. I actually combed it. That's why I did this. I looked in the mirror, didn't think I looked too bad. So here we go. I love you guys. I'm trying to figure out how to hang this thing up. Of course, I don't know how. I have no idea. I'm using my mouse on my computer and I'm on my iPhone, so that's how smart I am. Love you guys. Have a great day.